Hello guys, welcome to Interchange to Unit 15. I wouldn't have done that. In this unit, we're going to discuss about the second conditional and also we will see past modals. Let's begin. Here we have a conversation between John and Mia. They are discussing about a story of honesty. Let's listen to them.
Unit 15. I wouldn't have done that. Page 100. Exercise 2. Conversation. What would you do? Part A. Listen and practice.
Look at this. A homeless guy found a backpack with $40,000 inside.
And what did he do?
He took it to the police. He gave it all back, every single penny.
You're kidding. If I found $40,000, I wouldn't return it. I'd keep it.
Really? What would you do with it?
Well, I'd spend it. I could buy a new car or take a nice long vacation.
The real owner might find out about it, though, and then you could go to jail.
You've got a point there.
Unreal conditional sentences with if clauses. Second conditional. The second conditional is used to talk about an imaginary or impossible situation with a possible consequence or reaction. For example, if she found a lot of money, she might give it to the police. If you had babies, you wouldn't have much free time. If I were rich, I could travel around the world. So in this case, we have these imaginary situations, and these are some possible consequences of these situations. Conditional sentences with if clauses. Second conditional. For the second conditional, we need an imaginary or unreal situation with the simple past and a possible consequence or reaction with would, could, or might. For the imaginary or unreal situation, we need if plus the subject plus the verb in the past plus the complement. For the possible consequence or reaction, we need a subject plus would, could, or might plus the verb in the base form plus the complement. For example, if you were invisible, you could travel on an airplane for free. If I won the lottery, I might start a foundation to help children with cancer. If you knew English, you could work for a call center. If she lived in the United States, she would save money to build a house in the Dominican Republic. Notice that we can start the sentence with the possible consequence or reaction and finish with the imaginary situation. For example, you could travel on an airplane for free if you were invisible. I might start a foundation to help children with cancer if I won the lottery. You could work for a call center if you knew English. She would save money to build a house in the Dominican Republic if she lived in the United States. Notice that the imaginary or unreal situations are things that are difficult to happen, impossible to happen, or some things that are not real at the moment of speaking. We use, for the possible consequences or reaction, we use might, could, and would. Use might for a possible consequence or reaction. Use could for a possible consequence or an ability. And use would for a sure consequence or reaction. Now we are going to see some verbs and their opposites. Accept, refuse. For example, she accepted the ring that Mario gave her. Laura refused to listen to her mother. Admit, deny. For example, the criminal admitted that he stole the woman's phone. He couldn't deny that the boy was his son. They look alike. Agree, disagree. For example, Nick and I agree that the new project is good for the company. Mike and Jake always disagree. That's why I never asked them. Borrow, lend. For example, I am going to borrow Maria's car to go to the airport. The bank will lend me the money that I need to buy a car. Enjoy, dislike. For example, we enjoy spending time with our kids. I dislike waking up early on weekdays. Find, lose. For example, I found a wallet with some money on the street last week. Maria lost her phone. She doesn't know where she put it. Married, divorced. For example, Javier is going to marry Dana on December 25th. They want to divorce because they have many problems. Save, spend. For example, I am saving money to buy a house. Marina likes to spend money on clothes. Forget, remember. For example, I always forget to call my mother on her birthday. Do you remember when you were a child? Past modals. We can use should have plus past participle and would have plus past participle to give opinions and suggestions about past actions. For example, you should have studied more for the test. I wouldn't have eaten so much candy. In this case, the guy failed the exam because he didn't study enough, so he should have studied more for the test. And in this case, I wouldn't have eaten so much candy. This lady has a stomachache because she ate too much candy, so she wasn't supposed to eat so much candy. So we used past modals to give opinions or suggestions about past actions, about things that happen and we cannot change. Past modals. We use a subject plus should have plus past participle plus a complement to express what a person was supposed to do or what a person was not supposed to do for a situation in the past. For example, I found a lot of money, but I didn't take it to the police. Instead, I bought many things with the money. What should I have done? Or what was I supposed to do? You shouldn't have used that money. It's like you were not supposed to use that money. The second case, I saw somebody stealing something from a supermarket, but I didn't tell anybody. What should I have done? Or what was I supposed to do? You should have informed the security guard, or you should have informed the security guard, or you were supposed to inform the security guard. And the last one, my mother told me a secret, and I told my father. Now my mother is mad at me. She's angry. What should I have done? Or what was I supposed to do? You shouldn't have told your father the secret, or you were not supposed to tell your father the secret. We use a subject plus would have plus past participle plus a complement to imagine ourselves in the case of another person, to explain our reaction to a specific situation. For example, I said a bad word in class, and the teacher asked me to leave the class. What would you have done in my case? What were you going to do in that situation? I wouldn't have said bad words in class. The second example, I went to bed late last night because I went to a party. The next day, I woke up late and arrived late at work. What would you have done in my case? What were you going to do in that situation? I would have gone to bed early. And the last one, I didn't close the door last week, and someone entered our house and stole our TV and some money. What would you have done in my case? What were you going to do in that situation? I wouldn't have left the door open. Well guys, that was everything for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. See you next time.